Hi guys, welcome to our channel, Root and Finn. Today we're going to be talking about our first plant swap that we have ever been to, and it is at Perfect Choice Nursery.
And Perfect Choice Nursery is in Southwest Ranches, Florida. They have a beautiful selection of plants from common house plants all the way up to super rare, expensive plants that you probably won't see anywhere else.
Yes. They have an amazing collection of rare anthuriums. They have a really amazing collection of rare philodendrons. They have awesome and amazing Hoya. If you're a big fan of Hoya, we're huge Hoya heads. So
A big shout out to Perfect Choice for
Yes.
throwing this event. I think this was their second plant swap and it was a huge turnout. Hundreds of people showed up.
yes.
And we absolutely had a blast. This was our first one ever and it was a little nervous going into it, but it was awesome.
Perfect Choice provided a lot of information going into it, what to expect, some good tips, some good pointers, and we definitely checked all of that stuff out. So we're going to break this video down into a couple sections. We're going to talk about some of the more common plants, some more plants that you see like on a regular basis first, and then we're going to move into some of the more
Like uncommon, somewhat rare plants. And these are all plants that we traded for. We brought out a lot of plants, mostly Hoyas,
Yes.
and we got some really cool stuff, so let's get into it.
Yes. So the first shout out that I want to give to is to Sierra's Plants. She was an absolute sweetheart. I loved talking with her. She was amazing. At the end of the plant swap, she had a ton of these little terrarium type of plants that she gave away, and we traded two of like really big crystals that we had brought. We brought a really big rose crystal that we had traded, and we brought a really big blue lace crystal that we had brought, and that was really cool. And I'm actually going to use some of these in a project, an activity that I have with my class later on this week. I'm a second grade teacher, and I'm going to use some of that. These plants as a little string of turtles, little philodendron micans. I believe this is an alocasia frydek. It looks like a little baby. Again, we have a little pink panther, string of hearts, string of pearls. Super excited about that. Something else that we got a, want Sarah?
This is a Rhaphidophora tetrasperma.
Yes, we got a Rhaphidophora tetrasperma from
Wendy and Juan.
Yes, Wendy and Juan.
They gave this to us.
They were such an amazing couple to talk to. And we got a Cherokee Purple Heirloom tomato, and it's been growing 7 weeks in this little pot, and I absolutely think this is adorable.
Yeah.
And it smells really good. I have grown tomatoes before with my kids, with a different set of class, different class before. I never got them to flower, and I never got them to fully produce tomatoes. So maybe I'll have more luck because it was sprinkled with a little of her magic.
And this was cool because not a lot of people brought different things like this. Like mostly it was just house plants, but some people brought herbs.
I did see a Cuban oregano
Yeah, some people
floating
brought some
around
herbs,
there.
but this was the only lady that had a tomato plant, and I thought that was kind of
I
unique.
loved talking with her too. She was so
Yeah,
sweet.
she was really sweet.
And we did get a Scindapsus moonlight as well. The lady who also traded us the tomato plant, she also traded us some coleus cuttings that I will also be taking to school for my kids. I have a little plant prize box that they can use their dojo points to buy certain plants with, and they're really interested in it, and I'm definitely going to take those Scindapsus cuttings to school as well. Very, very cute.
Awesome.
Alright.
What's this one?
It's part of the prayer family.
Oh, Maranta.
Yes, Maranta. And we traded this Maranta for, she was really looking at our pink Thai Syngonium, and I could tell she was really excited, so we were kind of just like, go ahead, take it.
And we don't have one, so
No.
it's cool to have.
We have
We've
a
had them in the past.
toxic relationship with
Calatheas.
But I did ask
Marantas.
her what she was watering it with, and she did say she was watering it with tap water.
It's not crisping up too bad.
Yes.
Okay.
So, send prayers.
Now we're going to talk about some of the more uncommon plants that we got. You want to start with the Hoyas?
We are self-diagnosed Hoya heads. Big fan. Big fan of their work. This was actually our first trade that we made. We were just setting up.
Yeah, we barely had walked in.
We just walked in, but this lady, she had spotted one of our variegated burrow marks, and she was like, what are you interested in? And of course we were like, Hoya. And she was like, well, I was kind of saving this for the end of the plant swap, but I have a Hoya elliptica. And I was like, you have a Hoya elliptica?
Yeah, we had been wanting one, so that was exciting to make that trade.
So that is that beauty. And she's in one of my Nana's little teacups. My favorite Hoyas go in those. So moving on, next Hoya, we have a Hoya Priscilla, which is just it's a little 2-leaf cutting that we picked up from
Plants and Plantations.
Plants and Plantations, thank you. And super nice lady.
Got a couple from her, I think. Right?
Yes, we got a Hoya
Angeliniana, I want to say.
We'll put plant labels on the screen down below.
Yeah.
Our next Hoya, we have a Hoya Croniana Black. We have a mother plant in our IKEA cabinet, but how can you say no to a Hoya Croniana Black cutting? I mean,
Yeah,
come on. Yeah. Our next Hoya that we have it from Customia, and it is a Hoya Rebecca. I'm pretty sure that's it for the Hoyas that we got.
Yeah.
Alright, so that is it for Hoya.
Okay, we're going to move on to anthuriums. We got a few. First off, this also came from Wendy and Juan. Super cute. New leaf on the way.
Yes.
It's exciting.
Really, really exciting.
What else do we have? This one is really interesting. We got this from
Steven.
We got this from Steven at Harmonia Gardens.
Steven was an absolute joy talking to. I was like, okay, so what you got, Steven? And he pulled out his little list, and he was like, I have this, 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 and this, and he had if he was gonna sell them pricing of all the plants, and I love
He came
a
prepared.
good yes.
I think he said it was his first one too, but that
Yes,
was really cool.
but I appreciated the organization that Steven took before going to the plant swap.
Anyways, this one caught our eye. This is called Anthurium Selby's Silver. It stays kind of small. It just has this very striking silver veining. And our final Anthurium that we swapped for is something super unique.
Love Anthuriums. I would say Anthuriums were my first love.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
It was Monsteras and then Anthuriums.
Yeah. So this one is called Anthurium Plowmanii. It's crossed with a Big Bill. Big Bill is a pretty cool anthurium. If you've never heard of it, look it up. It grows absolutely massive leaves.
I absolutely love that plant. I think that plant is so cool.
Yeah.
So the fact that we have a little hybrid and a little piece of the Big Bill is super cool.
That's awesome.
Moving on to
Some philodendrons.
yes.
Some miscellaneous plants.
Yes. So we did pick up a Epipremnum skeleton key, and when I believe we traded an Acacia Black Velvet for it, which was a good deal. He was in sphagnum moss. He has a story. Alright, moving on to
Get this one.
yes, the string of hearts. And I think this was another person who came up to us, and she was saying that she wanted one of our variegated pearl marks, and she was like, I have a variegated string of hearts, and I was like, that's a good trade.
Yeah.
So
We don't have one yet, so
no.
we're excited to have one. We do have the regular version, and it's been doing fairly well. So we're gonna try our hand at the variegated one.
And her Insta is string plants, so if you're interested in checking out some more of her string plants that she has, check them out down below.
The next plant that we picked up is something pretty unique. This is Zamia Vasquezi, and the person we traded with said this is a member of the cycad family, I believe.
Yeah, it's a really old family.
Yeah, and they grow. This one grows similar to a fern. It'll get long stems and branch out.
It's really
also
cool.
Looks similar to kind of like a palm.
I've never seen anything like it before. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So
we're excited to try something new.
See what that's gonna be like. Moving on to philodendrons that we got. We got a philodendron green ghost, I believe.
Called it a green ghost. I think it's
similar
to like a Florida green.
Yes. Their company is called Vintage Roots. So if you're interested in checking out some of what they have some really cool stuff. Like they have like huge megalodon teeth that you can check out. Like I was taking a look at their Instagram. It was pretty cool. I believe they also gave us this little cutie too.
I think we have an ID on it, but it's similar to this one, the Florida green.
He's got that kind of textured petiole right there. Just super cool.
Yeah.
We also got a cutting that's in some water right now. And we don't have an idea of this one yet, but again, it's got that textured petiole, so it'll be interesting to see what this guy goes into.
It reminds me of the philodendron nangaratense that we have.
Yes, it does remind me of that. You're right. Really, really cool.
We're excited to grow that one
Yeah,
out.
super excited about that one. Alright, what's next?
Next up, we've got a philodendron giganteum.
It's just, I love this plant. I think it's super cute, and especially this.
And we don't have one, so we're glad to get that. It's exciting.
And it's been on our list for a bit. We did get a gloriosum. We also brought a gloriosum, and we also traded another lady who wanted a variegated Burl Marx, and we picked up this.
We upgraded ours.
Yes,
a little bigger.
So we kind of upgraded our philodendron gloriosum that we brought, and we also picked up the alocasia.
From her.
Yes. So that's pretty much it. And then we saved our wish list plant for last. So we went into the plant swap hoping somebody was gonna have this plant.
And we saw a few. Some people were a little.
Yes, we saw a few,
scared to
and
trade.
then we were trading our plants, and then we looked up, and they're like all gone.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no, this plant. But then at the end, a couple ladies approached us, and I think you had gone off to go inspect another station.
Yeah.
And these ladies approached us, and they're looking at an anthurium that we had brought. And they're like, okay, I'll take this. And they're like, you want to come and get what we have? And I was like, yes, of course. And so we'll show you what it is. But when I first saw it, I was like, I'm going to take that one.
So that's philodendron Paraiso Verde.
And
this was definitely on our wish list.
Yes.
And I was so surprised when she came running
I
back
come
to our
like
table
running over
like,
to our station like, did you see what I got?
It's like, how did you get that?
Oh my gosh.
So that was awesome.
Yes.
We're super excited to have this.
I'm so excited to have that.
It's been on our wish list.
It's been on our wish list for a while, and because that's a hefty price tag of a plant right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
A lot.
So I was absolutely stoked. I was so happy. I was looking at everything that we had left, and I was like, okay, what can I give this lady for free right now? Because I feel so happy. And so I gave her one of the larger Hoya bilobatas that we had brought, and I was like, can I please give this to you? I want to really give this to you. And she was so happy. Like of course she accepted. But the whole experience of the plant swap, the whole experience of Perfect Choice was so much fun. And I know, oh my god, almost flipped the table. So much fun. And I know people have been cooped up because of COVID. I know people haven't been able to go outside as much. And just kind of being able to have that experience at Perfect Choice, getting to talk with a community that is such a supportive and loving
everybody's so
community.
nice.
Everybody that we talked to was so sweet, and there was people from so many different communities. Like, it was awesome. It was absolutely awesome.
So
I can't wait.
Get
for
a
the
chance
next
to go to a
one.
plant swap. Doesn't have to be this next one at Perfect Choice.
No.
Any plant swap, go have fun, meet people.
Oh.
Thanks for joining us on our plant swap haul, and thank you Perfect Choice for putting on the plant swap. We can't wait for the next one. And if you ever get a chance to get out to Perfect Choice, do it. It's amazing. You won't regret it.
No.
They're awesome people.
If you need a good old boost of serotonin, go to Perfect Choice, 150%. They're amazing people, and they're doing amazing things for the plant community. So from the bottom of our hearts, from our small little brand in the small little corner of the social media world, just like thank you. We absolutely love you guys. All right.
Bye.
Bye guys. This is Lena. I'm shocked. She normally likes to be held like a goat.